My name is Jason and welcome to the Gunner Station, my channel where I talk all things Arsenal, and today I'm going to talk about Arsenal's away victory at Newcastle United, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Now I'm sure you watched the game on Sky Sports and let's be completely honest, it wasn't the most exciting game. I'm sure not a lot of neutrals will say it's boring. I mean, for myself I'd say average at best, especially the first half. But I thought there was a lot of positives to take from the second half especially. I mean, there was no usual Emery substitute magic. I'm not sure if that's a thing anymore anyway, but regardless, I thought, what? Arsenal have been criticised in the past for not grinding out results, especially at away stadiums. And today I feel like, once we got the 1-0, Newcastle, I don't feel were really threatening whatsoever. I felt quite comfortable there. I felt if there was going to be a second goal, it would be to Arsenal just to seal it. But I just thought very comfortable. We grinded out that result. And, first victory for the new season. There's not a whole lot you can really complain about. I mean, there might be some people saying, if we perform like that against bigger and better opposition, we're going to be found out and whatever else. But, it's just, I think Emery, he knows that. But as the first game of the season, you just got to take what you can, really. And I was very pleased with a lot of the performances. Some performances I weren't very pleased with. I was very happy to see Emery actually started with Reece Nelson and also started with Callum Chambers, because I thought David Luiz would play, but Callum Chambers has actually done quite well in pre-season with Socrates, so that's probably his line of thinking. Guendouzi instead of Torreira, I mean, I did sort of think that could happen, but I actually thought Guendouzi had an alright game actually, a bit above average, especially I thought he was better than Xhaka and a few other players on the pitch. And then obviously it was nice to see some other new players like Ceballos and Pepe come on, even Martinelli, even though he didn't really have a chance to do much. So yeah, I think there was a lot more positives than negatives. So now I'm going to go through my player ratings for this game. The way my player ratings goes is 1 is just, there's no hope with you beyond, put the word S in front of hit, and that's exactly what a 1 out of 10 would be. 5 is bang average. They just weren't awful, but they weren't great. They just existed in the game. That's normally for players that have come on late. There's a bit of a hint for who's going to get a 5 out of 10 in a bit. And then of course 10 out of 10 is if a striker gets a hat trick or loads of assists, just perfect game really. Or goalkeeper does a David De Gea against us a few seasons ago. I'm not bitter about that, but yeah, that's the perfect performance. We'll get a 10 out of 10. So we'll start with in goal, Bernd Leno. Clean sheet. I thought he was actually quite commanding today. I don't remember any sort of mistakes. That Petr Cech last season with the kick in, obviously he wasn't used to that. You felt quite anxious, but with Bernd Leno, I don't feel anxious with his kicking from the back. Not the perfect performance by any stretch, but a very good one, very commanding. Excuse me. So for Bernd Leno, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Then on to our right back, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I thought, he's had a lot of criticism because obviously right back's not his natural position. And that was that awful own goal he did in pre-season against Barcelona. But today I thought, actually he was quite good. He did what he needed to do. He was better going forward than defensively. Especially that cross into the box for Aubameyang's goal. I mean, Aubameyang will rightfully get the plaudits. But Ainsley Maitland-Niles for that cross, a lot of good work there. So for him, I'm willing to give him an 8 out of 10 for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Then into the centre, you've got Callum Chambers. As I said, I thought David Luiz would start ahead of him, but I'm pleasantly surprised to see that Callum Chambers actually did start. I don't think he really did a whole lot wrong. There was a few times when he may have lost the ball, but I thought on the whole did very well, ushering people out and that. So for Callum Chambers, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Then on to his partner Socrates. I thought no silly mistakes from him this time, no yellow cards. He commanded very well. I'd say out of the two of them, he was the more commanding between him and Chambers. I can't really say too much about his performance. So for Socrates, I'll give him a 7 out of 10 as well. Then on to our left back, Nacho Monreal. I'd say between him and Maitland-Niles, I'd say Maitland-Niles had the better game. Monreal didn't do too much wrong. Average performance, a bit better than average, I'll give him that actually. So for Nacho Monreal, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Then into our middle, you've got Guendouzi. I actually thought he did alright. A lot of his passing was good. I thought he tried to do forward as much as possible. So bearing in mind that obviously I prefer Torreira to be in that position, But I thought Guendouzi held his own, so I'll give Guendouzi a 6 out of 10 for his performance. Then on to Granit Xhaka. See, I do like Granit Xhaka. I'm one of the people that do rate him. I think he's got a lot of good qualities. However, I fully acknowledge he just can lose the ball a lot, lack of concentration. He obviously got a yellow card for a tackle. You know, there's a lot of that sort of stuff that, you know, he was the captain of the day. He might be our club captain, but I don't know if that's confirmed yet. But he should be performing a lot better than what he was. So, you know, for Granit Xhaka, I have to give him a... Very tempted to give him a 4, but I won't be harsh. I think I'll give someone else a 4. For Granit Xhaka, I'll give him a 5 out of 10, average performance. Then just above them was Joe Willock, which I'm very happy he did start. I thought he was very energetic. I would have kept him on for most of the game, but obviously in Emery we trust. Very energetic, did a lot of good, Willock. I hopefully see him continue his progress and start more for the first team. So for Joe Willock, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Then onto the wings, you had Reiss Nelson. I thought he was quite good. I mean, he did get a yellow card. There was some times when I just didn't realise he was on the pitch, but it's not like a Mesut Ozil in them games where you just, oh yeah, Mesut Ozil's on the pitch. Yeah, I did notice that he was on there, but it was just very like, what was he actually doing? But there was effort there. So for Reiss Nelson, I'm very happy that he started, and I would have preferred he stayed on the pitch than the player I'm going to talk about next. But for Reiss Nelson, I'll give a 6 out of 10. Then on to Mkhitaryan, just wasn't his day, was it? Just that awful shot. Just like sometimes he would do a lot of good dribbling, and then just like the ball would go out for a throw in. And the way I don't know how he stayed on as long as he did. I just thought it just wasn't his day. He was quite awful. I've not been very impressed with him in general since he's come to our club from Man United. I mean, we still got the better deal than Man United did with Alexis Sanchez, but that's not really saying a whole lot, is it? Mkhitaryan, I'll give him a 4 out of 10. Hopefully, Reiss Nelson will get more of a chance than he will in the first team. Then Aubameyang, of course, got our goal. I thought Germany played very well, always looked to threat. We obviously had that shot where Newcastle's goalkeeper saved in the first half. I think it was the first half. Very good save from him. For his general play in the goal, I'll give, and obviously he was Sky Sports' man of the match, which I would agree with. I would give him an 8 out of 10 for Aubameyang. Maybe some people would have given him 9 or a 10, but again, you know, that's reserved for people when they score hat tricks or loads of assists and just the one goal, albeit a very good goal from Aubameyang today. Now on to the substitutions. First of all, there was Ceballos. I thought, you know, he had a lot of energy to him. I thought very good forward passing. From what I saw, obviously, I'm sure there's more to come from him, but I like what I saw from the time that he was on the pitch. I think it was just about above average for him, really. So I'll give Ceballos a 6 out of 10. Next to come on was our record signing, 72 million Nicolas Pepe, whatever you want to say. There was a lot of positive signs with him. I thought there was one time when he was holding the ball up away from Lascelles, the Newcastle captain, before the whistle blew, showing like his strength. There was a lot of good forward runs from him, a lot of positivity as well. I just feel like, you know what, this guy is going to be the real deal for us. Not enough time to, you know, fully get into the game, but I'm sure when he starts, we'll see a lot more of him into the, you know, in the games to come. So for Pepe, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. And then our last substitution was Martinelli. You know, I was convinced that Lacazette was going to come on because he obviously saw that in the telly. But Martinelli obviously thought, you know what, Newcastle aren't any threat now. We've got the 1-0 win and we might score a second one. Why not let the young lad Martinelli come on and not risk Lacazette, which I think is the correct decision to do so. And obviously it's proven that. Martinelli, I thought for what he was on, you know, there was a bit of time wasting, just a few glimpses, but, you know, what could he really do? So for Martinelli, just a bang average 5 out of 10 for him. And that's all from me today. Please let me know in the comments below about your thoughts on the match and your player ratings. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it the thumbs up and subscribe as well if you want to see more videos. As I said, my name has been Jason, and if you want to follow me further, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The handles are Gunner Station, which I'll give you links below in my description box. Again, thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.